All right, hey, we're live. All right, so real quick, important to note, there are things you will need for this stream. So a saber or a stick, a jump.
Not a jump rope.
No jump rope.
No jump ropes.
All right, don't worry about that. You'll need 3 squares of a plyo ladder, or at least something like that. So make sure you get a stick, you get a plyo ladder, and you could get something to hit as well, like a dummy fencer. We got a video coming on how to make one if you don't have one, so stay tuned for that. You know, if you're quarantined with someone that fits into a fencing jacket, you can just dress them up. That's fine too.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm joined here with Coach Sam. So
Heidi ho.
you love to see it.
Yep. All the time. All the time. Every Wednesday, right? Yes, it's Wednesday.
Indeed.
Indeed. All right. So we're gonna do a warm up. We're gonna do something a little bit different, just for the sake of variety. And we're gonna start off with doing plyo drills. So as you saw on the photo posted or whatever, we're gonna start off doing hopscotch, right? And we're just gonna go down and back. We're gonna try and go pretty slow, right? Because this is a warm up. So jump out on the rungs, jump into the squares. So I'm trying to make it. I kind of have trouble transitioning from forward to backwards to forward. So don't need to go fast. Try and make those transitions as smooth as possible. Oh, it's proving to be difficult. So I'm not quite getting my balance. I'm either going too far back or too far forward. I'm sure there's a place where I can be to do it. All right, and then when we get done with this one, then we're going to move on to the next one, and that's this 1 foot. So I'll just stand on my left foot first and just hop. Yeah. And then we'll switch to the other foot. And when you're doing these hops, we want to be thinking about moving our feet underneath our body instead of trying to move our body over our feet. So instead of me going jump, jump, that's slow, right? We don't want that. We want to be kind of getting like nice, faster foot speed. So we don't need to be trying to go blazing, but there's ways you can do it, and that is bringing my foot up. So I'm hopping a little bit, but I'm bringing the foot up. So I'll do it one more time. All right, cool. Then we'll go with the classic grapevines, just to kind of get our hips a little warmed up. You can hit the square, hit the ladder. So if you use chalk, then you don't run into the problem that I'm having right here. So there's an inherent advantage. Didn't know where I was. Really work on that rotation, the hips. All right, we'll do that one more time. Let me fix. You know, maybe we should paint some plyo ladders on the floor.
Yeah, we got a rattle can of some spray paint, mask it out.
Yeah.
I'm into that. We got time.
We got time. It's something we use all the time. I mean, I like these, but yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna do, I'll step off to the side here, speed skates, all right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just gonna take a big step over to the side. One thing that you're gonna wanna worry about is trying to catch your breath. But when I push, we don't want to be trying to do that, right? We want to be trying to keep our hips. So when I'm pushing across, I'm keeping this hip down on the drive leg. Right? Keeping my head upright, keeping my head right underneath my hips. Woo! All right, it's cool. All right, so now we'll start off with this, kick this off the side. Shmya. All right, cool. All right, so kick stretch. Again, nice and smooth. Just relax. Try and just keep your balance. Actively swing your arms to counterbalance your leg. Alright, switch over to the other side. Same thing. One of these days, I'm gonna kick myself right on top, right on the back of my head. Whoops.
Be a glorious day.
It'll be a glorious day, exactly. Then you guys can, you have witnessed. All right. All right, and of course, the other classic, opening the gate, keeping our balance. Oh. Really raising up our legs, right? Bringing our knees up in order to full range of motion, warming up all those little muscles that surround your hip joint. Alrighty. Then we're gonna do close the gate. Oh. All right. Okay. Now we'll wash our feet. So again, keeping our back straight, our hips are going back. And when you feel it, that's where you want to be. Keeping our back nice and straight. All right, so now we'll step into lunge position. So here, kick out, land, all right, and I'm gonna really turn and get in front of my pelvis, my hips, face sideways. All right, I'm really trying to open up, and just like with open the gate, where you kind of rotate and then you're bringing your knee over here, right? It's the same place, way over the outside. And then we'll rotate, sink into it, and if you gotta adjust your feet, it's okay. Try and keep this back leg as straight as possible. So however you have to adjust, right? And remember to relax. I just caught myself being tense right there. Like I felt my toes digging into the ground. Like, oh, no. All right, then we'll just turn over, face the other way, and opening up. Really concentrating on relaxing, but kind of these, every exhale is tension releasing from your muscles. And then rotate, sink in. All right, so that one hurt. Let's concentrate. Hang on, try not to be like, oh. All right, so we'll do standing bow pose. All right, that's what we did on Monday. So stand up straight, stand, and then I'm going to push into my hand, and then bend over until I feel it get tight in my thigh. Remember to still keep pressure in your hand, like you're drawing the bow back, right? All right, now set that down, we'll move on to the other one. Same thing. Here, push in to your hand with your foot. And keep that pressure, right? Keep that tension. And then bend over.
Like we learned on Monday, this is adduction.
Adduction, there we go. Alrighty. Alright, so, and then we'll finish off with probably the best yoga pose, most fundamental, you know, so always a good thing to do when get in the habit of doing. So, and so, downward dog, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, curl the toes, push your hips, try to push your hips over your feet. Remember, relax, control your breath. If you're breathing fast or holding your breath, you're getting tense, and that's not allowing your muscles to relax and stretch out. So, breath controls what your body is doing. Alrighty. Okay, so now we'll move on before it gets too late. So we'll go right into footwork, which is lunging. Alright, so we'll skip over some of the other stuff that we did on Monday, the basics. So we'll just move on to the other set of basics. So we're on guard, bending our knees, pressing the spring. Okay, but we're gonna do it nice and smooth this time, and we're not gonna worry about you know, if there's really any amount of energy, a significant amount of energy in your back leg, it's not going to, your back foot's going to move, right? And oftentimes, you don't want that to happen, right? You want to be able to pull right back to this place and get away. That is definitely the case. So, we're going to put just enough energy in to make it so that we can extend up, right? And here, right, pressing the spring. This is the latch, or the trigger, or trip, whatever you want, however you want to visualize it. And just spring, right there. And even that was hard. I still moved. So, spring. Spring, okay. There we go. That's what we want to see. Right there, right? Nice and smooth. Oh, gotcha. Made the mistake in the distance. You're right there. I saw you swinging in into distance to bait me or attempt to do something, and I was like, oh, okay, let's take it right there. Just like quick little jab. Well, gotcha. All right, so we've done that, and now that was more of just a warm up for the other thing, and I couldn't help myself but do it when I was supposed to be doing small lunges, but we're gonna do long lunges, right? And so the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna really kick and swing and get this front leg to go out in front, Okay, the other thing that we're gonna kind of concern ourselves with, more so actually, is not how far this goes forward, but how long it is up in the air. All right, so, right, short lunge, up, boom, right? Small amount of time in the air, and then your foot's down, and then you can get back to doing what you're doing. But a long lunge, right? Long time, right? Long time. Okay, and that's what's making it long in distance. And getting this to be out in front. Boom. Not trying to do anything very hard. I'm not working hard right now. Okay, I am just kind of feeling the mechanics of my body. Right? Boom. Relaxing, on guard. Good on guard, or good lunge position, right? I'm not bringing my feet together, I'm not leaning, even though I did this kind of long action. I'm still here, still keeping my head high. I know I talked about that. I've talked about it multiple times. I may have talked about it on Wednesday, or not Wednesday, Monday. Like, what is one of the inputs that keeps your balance, right? It's not just foot pressure, but the horizon, right? So if you have your head high, you're better balanced. Your brain is more relaxed, right? So even if you're doing a big action, right, you need to keep this kind of situated over here, right? Then your brain doesn't panic and think that it's gonna hit something hard, because that's usually bad for surviving and, you know, yada 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 yada. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of a following drill just for the fun of it. We did that on Monday, so we'll continue that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do advanced lunge. All right, so with the advanced lunge, we're gonna do 2 different size advances, but we kind of want the tempo of the feet to sound the same when they land. And so I can do a nice, and there's variations that it's not always exactly the same. Sometimes you can do like a little boom, you know, and it's just little, or ba-dum-ba, right? But there's still like this ba-dum. Okay, so first we'll start off with just a nice short advanced lunge. And what we're working on is we're not setting down our back foot, we are driving it into the ground, right? To push us forward. Okay. If you've ever been to one of Jeff's class, Jeff Jones, former coach, he used this back foot. I probably talked about it too in this way, but he always used it to show feints, right? That you go feint, right, on that back foot. And so it's just like that drill, except for you're lunging. I'm sure you probably like transitioned into that with the vent, right? So you go, and bah, right? And that hit is pushing you into the into distance to hit. So I'm not gonna do it that hard, just because my knees are old. So, anyways, so nice and little, tiny, bah. All right, landing nice and relaxed. Recover. Right? I'm only moving my feet a little bit, but the tempo, right, is ba-dum-ba, right? Ba-dum-ba, right? We're gonna keep that tempo the same when our feet actually hit the ground. Okay? That one I forced it. There we go. Nice and small. All right, cool. So now we're gonna transition into the bigger step. Bigger step, guys, zoinks. So in this one, we're gonna keep that right, but we're gonna take a step, we're gonna step, okay? A little bit bigger, right? The applications for taking a big step, right? Why do you take a small advance, right? Because they're maybe stopping, right? And they're right there. Or in Saber, I'm talking mostly in this contest, right? Coming off the line, right? Whoever attacks first, right? Whoever looks like they actually were committing, usually gets the touch. And so if you get to the lunger before the person, with your arm out, right? I mean, you know, but it's up to the subjectivity of the ref and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I mean, if you want to attack early, then why don't you get ahead and get into the action that's actually hitting them, you know? If anything, then you get your opponent used to that tempo, like things happening fast, and they have to react fast. So anyways, so now, big step is, I guess I'll explain it briefly. Like, you're playing with the distance, you got them to run away, right? And now they're starting to slow down and not, because they like opened up the distance by a whole lot, right? So they're starting to decelerate, and you feel you can like close that gap and get into a lunge before they can start pushing away. So you gotta gather, you gotta cover some ground, you know, gallop across the step to, dang it, I ran out, conquer the riches of the East or something, you know what I'm saying? So, but you gotta get up and go. So, all right, so this, we're taking advance, right? But we're still gonna make sure our feet hit the same time, at the same tempo. Bun up, right? You see that? So I'm kind of slowing down, right? If I didn't slow down, right, I just keep going. Like, the lunge is almost inevitable, right? Because of this initial push of me closing distance, right? Okay, so you see how far that went? I guess, hope you have a hallway. If you can do this outside in the grass, you should be able to do all fencing footwork on ice, and not like hurt yourself. So, you know, and not fall over or like slip. You should be able to find the balance, but should, I guess, is the key question, is the key thing there. But all right, so anyways, let's do it one more time, right? All right. So nice strong push, right? This spring gets released, and then it recocks and hits again. So push, 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 push. All right. So, following? Yeah, all right. So, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be moving your feet just like this. Okay, we kind of did this on Monday, right? And then if I lean in, then you go advanced lunge, right? So if you see me starting to move in, ba-da-ba, right? Ba-dum-ba. And cover back to your feet. And then if you see me start moving away, then it's big step and then into the lunge. So you're picking up your foot right away. As soon as you see something, right? Oh, he's right there. Right? Oh, I gotta keep going. So, or you can use it to your advantage and make them think that you're gonna be one way or the other, right? You know. Like, oh, we only did this like little tiny advanced lunge, and you know, I made a miss a couple times maybe, or once. Maybe he hit me a couple times on that, but now I know his distance. Crush. All right. And we're not gonna do this for very long because we need to move on to other things, funner things, I suppose. All right, cool. So now what we need is we need to grab our sabers. Mine's right over here. All right. So we'll do this. We're just gonna do this once. We're gonna go up and then down, or yeah. So we'll just have use our fingers up to the end of the fullers. And then back down under control. So it's not just sliding. You're moving your fingers to move it down. Cool. All right. Now we'll come over to the dummy. All right. And we're just going to cut on each side, have our hand extended, and we're just going to feel the balance of the blade, right? And feel the springiness of the steel, bouncing the blade back. We're just kind of squeezing. All right, cool. Let me check my notes real quick. So now we're on cut throughs. I kind of promised this. So I guess I got to keep my promises at least some of the time. So again, we'll go through this. We did this a little, maybe Wednesday or, no, it wasn't, yeah, it was Wednesday, last Wednesday. All right, so rear guard here, we're gonna turn our hand over into supination, and then we're just gonna flip our hand over, and so just hitting there, right? So supine, pronate, supine, pronate. Boom, and right there I made it all smooth, one together, right? And we're not gonna really do anything fast here. We don't need to. If you do it too jerkily, then you're going to hurt your arm. So we just gotta work on being smooth, right? And what I wrote down on the board, I'm not doing because I was busy talking about something. We're gonna go right back to 3 position. We're here, and we'll bring it back right away. Oh. Boom. Right back to 3. Boom. All right. All right. So now this is something that I've shown. I think we talked about it a little bit on last Wednesday. That's diagonal cut throughs. I'm going to show a couple other ones, I'm going to show a couple other ones. So we're going to go from high to low. And so I am cutting from their shoulder down that way, right? So same thing, I'm here, my hand's high. Ooh, I wonder if I can hit that fly. Oh, there it is. There, never mind. All right, so I'm going from here, I'm still turning my hand over, okay? Boom. All right, so this works. You can hit people like this, but what I want you guys to be thinking about when you're doing this and feeling the power and kind of the weight of the action is this is how you're going to take blades strongly, or one of the ways that you're going to take blades strongly. That's kind of why I'm showing these things, because like I'm not going to hit somebody like that. Like I haven't seen that many people do it. And it looks weird and flashy, and it kind of is weird and flashy when you think about it and actually hitting somebody contact, but it is a strong blade action against people's blades that I use, and I see lots of people of all different experience levels use. So, and be successful at it too. So, all right, so anyways, and we're gonna go right back to 3 position with this too, right? So I'm gonna reach forward, hit, and bring my blade back to 3. Boom. Right, nice and smooth. I shouldn't feel anything kind of like flip over and jerk or any sort of weird acceleration. It should all be smooth, right? All right, here's me doing it on the air, nice and smooth. Here's me doing it on, I'm only touching it with the tip, with the point. All right, so now, we are going to do low to high, all right? So for this one, we're gonna go from this sword arm and then up like this. And this is really strong against righties and lefties. So this is lefty magic, and then if you know how to do it against a lefty, then it's anti-lefty magic. So since I'm a lefty, you imagine that someone here has their righty, so their arm is out here and their guard is right there, right? And so if I'm coming in with a lunge, right, and I'm cutting like this, right, well, what are they gonna do? They're gonna be like, oh, I'll just hang out and wait for that cut to land on my guard, right? And like, that's a good position. So if I'm cutting like this, right, that's parry 3 is exactly what I want them to do. But a lot of times I can cut underneath, I get them to look for it, and then I come underneath and cut across the belly or the underside of the arm. It can work, it works too. It's the same thing for someone who's doing 4, right? But it's a little bit there because they might be able to crash down, so it doesn't work quite as well, but it does work. against righty and righty, or lefty against lefty. So anyways, so this one's a little bit more candy than anything else that I'm showing, but it does work. It has its place, no doubt. All right. So again, I'm here, and I am almost getting my hand point down, and then drawing it up. Boom. So same thing. I'm kind of feeling and turning my hand over from supine into pronation, nice and relaxed. And back to 3. Back to 3. And then if you want to transition, you can go up to 5 right away. Right? Same thing for the other one. Go up to 5, 5, 1. There. This one you can also transition into, well, 4, kind of. So, and then you can think about doing combinations just to kind of now, just work on dexterity, you know. And those are things that, you know, will help you beat blade. I said that before, I'm saying it again, right? Playing with the sword, understanding on how it moves and where it is, you know. Where is your blade point when you're doing these actions, right? And this is an excellent way to find out what you're doing with your point, right? Instead of just flailing around in the air, there's something that you can get a little bit of feedback from. All right, anyway, so now the other one that I have here is, we're gonna come from the opposite side, and we're gonna come up on like this. Then we can go to 4, and boom, right? This one is actually pretty nice. Again, if someone is parrying, I'm holding it right-handed, so if someone's parrying 3, if they're the same hand as me, and they're going to that 3 line to parry, right, I can come underneath and hit like this. And the other added bonus is my blade comes up right here, right away, right? I don't have to move my hand to go into another position right here to go parry. So that's a very good position to kind of end up in, right? And so you may not hit them, right? This isn't quite as long. Doing these actions isn't quite as long as doing a straight attack. But if you don't want to, you know, if you leave your point way out there to get hit, then it's going to be really hard for you to come back and do a counter parry. This is a little harder to parry, and so if they just open up distance, now you're right back into guard position. If they want to come back and try and hit you because they made you miss, hooray! Now's my chance. Fine. Dun dun. So, anyways, we'll do it a couple more times. If I can do it right-handed. Confusing. So here, right? I'm here. I'm in pronation, right? And then I'm turning it over into kind of supine. Boom. That righty nonsense. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. You know, have fun with it, right? It's the other thing. You know, you can go clip off dandelion heads in your yard or something, right? That is a thing that you can do that will help you improve your sword handling ability, right? Sword in hand, all right? Knowing how it feels, how it moves when you're applying force to it. All right. I think that's about it. So we're gonna get to the favorite part of my nutcasery, and that is watching me and hopefully doing it with me. Just had to throw in a little Midwestern guilt trip there. Yeah, me getting slimy and sweaty on the fencing room floor. So anyways, what we're gonna do, I have my Tabatas right here, just make sure everything is set up the way we want it, and it is. And what we're going to do is we're gonna do Tabata of mountain climbers, and then Tabata of the Alps. All right, so I guess we'll get started. try and keep your hips as low as they can go, right? The higher your hips go, the easier it is. If you keep your hips low, then you don't have to use your abs. You have to use your abs.
Definitely want to use those abs for abduction.
Abduction. My legs are feeling those jump squats. Oh.
So rough.
They were a little rough. My poor hammies. Yep. Get out of here, YouTube video. Hooray! 5 more. And I'm already...
Basically halfway there.
Yeah. Well, a little. Halfway. I just feel like lead. Only one more. Water. All right, V-ups, 20 seconds. Yeah, I would suggest getting a Tabata timer. It's free, I downloaded. I mean, it's probably selling off all sorts of information to, like, you know, NSA Inc. or something, but hey, you know, it's already happening, so it doesn't matter. All right, V-ups. I have a feeling these ones are gonna be miserable when I get to like the 7th. Which I guess is kind of the point, isn't it? Yep.
Anna says, go Sam go.
Every time. I appreciate the consistency, Anna.
She knows when you need help. Pretty sure that Anna's positive encouragement refills ATP in your muscles.
Yeah, it just generates right there.
It's science.
It's science.
See, look how fast he's going. That was way faster than last set. That was good.
I'm done. Hooray. Well. Get away. All right. So, there we are. We're done. Hopefully you feel just how I look right now. So, and I guess I'll see you Monday. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and try not to touch this thing that you look out of. So bad things happen. All right, bye.